Greetings, guys and gals and bots and everything in between. This is Magnus von Braun, aka Animal, and I'm going to show you my Gundam collection. Now, I've been a huge fan of robots since I was little kid. And robots, mecha, one of my first exposures to that genre of science fiction was the super robot genre. Super robots, as most of you may be aware, are the large, overpowered action figure robots, things like that. Good example would be Mazinga, Great Mazinga, Guy King, Dragon, Poseidon, Shogun Warriors, those types of mecha. My first exposure to the other side of that was, or what of the real mecha genre, would have been Robotech, which is a lot of American kids' first exposure to the real mecha genre. I love real mecha. I love super robots. But I think as I matured and grew up a little bit, I really dug the real mecha. Now, Robotech, as everybody's pretty much well aware, is the culmination of 3 separate anime series. I can't remember off the top of my head. Macross was the first one, and then the other 2 I just can't remember right now. But that's I remember Robotech from when I was a kid, really digging that stuff. Then buying I think it's the Reval model kits, and I had a bunch of those. None of them survived my childhood. But as I grew older, I did see a lot more anime and things that were starting to come over here. I was born in 1973, so my recollections of the early stuff that I grew up with, the first anime that I remember watching was Battle of the Planets, and that was it's still one of my favorite shows to this day. But that's Gatchaman, Science Team Gatchaman, I think is what it's called. And that had a lot of super robot type mecha in that. And I remember seeing that when I was really young. Late 70s, I think, is when that stuff was in syndication. And it wasn't until, I think, when I was in college that I actually saw my first Gundam series. First Gundam that I saw was Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, I think. I think that was the first one that they were playing on Cartoon Network at the time. And I was in college, and they were playing the original dub of Dragon Ball Z. And that's the first time I had actually watched that through. And then they started doing the newer dubs for the rest of the series for Dragon Ball Z, the original Toonami blocks and stuff like that. That was, I want to say, the late 90s, early 2000s, and that's when they started playing the original Mobile Suit Gundam. And I'd never seen any of the anime connected to Mobile Suit Gundam until that point. So right now, what I'm going to show you is my 4-inch, I think they're 4-inch figures. They're a bunch of vinyl figures. I'm going to turn the camera around. Here we go. And I know you're kind of tired of seeing my ugly mug, but here are my Zaku's. Zaku 1s, a couple of red comets back there. The underwater specialty marine Zaku's, Zaku 2s. I love Zaku. It's one of my favorite mecha designs. I think these are some of the Ace Zakus. I don't remember what their exact designations are. I think that's Zabi's Zaku back there, and one of the space specialty Zakus. I don't know where this guy's from. I think it's Gundam Seed, but I'm not sure. This white guy, white and gray guy in the Mac. And then over here are my GMs. And I think of the Federation Gundams, the GM body style mech design is probably my favorite. And then we're going into some of the other, I think that's Warren the Pocket right back there with the blue shoulders. Some of these, I don't remember the exact series they're coming from. My favorite Gundam series was the 8th MS Team. That's where I really fell in love with the whole real mecha and getting into the merchandise. So basically just the toys. I never really got into Gunpla because at that point I didn't have the space. I was moving around a lot. It was my college years. Now, I didn't start college until later, until my late 20s. So I was, I think, 32 when I graduated university. But some of these, I think, are Gundam Seed and Gundam Unicorn. I love that mech right there, that all white before he gets all powered up. Oh, that's a bitchin' mecha right there. And then a handful of the Gundam Seed. Now, I've never seen any of the Gundam Seed shows, so I don't really know what's going on with those. They may have played Cartoon Network, and I never had cable at the time, so I wasn't able to see those. But I think of all the shows that I've seen so far, my favorite has been the 8th MS Team. I just love that mech design. I think the GMs from that show and the classic Zaku 2 are probably my favorite mecha. But there we go. So, you like what you see? Put a comment in the comment bar and let me know. If there's anything else in my collection you want to see, let me know. I've got a bunch of 3 3/4 X-Men, Marvel stuff. That's really all I got for you kids tonight. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you on the flip side. Later.